are still many impoverished regions around the world. International efforts to solve poverty have continued for decades, but not without challenges. What can each region become self-reliant and rise above poverty? Korea experienced rapid growth and joined the ranks of the world's top economic powers. Now, it's sharing its knowledge with developing countries. Rwanda is one of the countries where Korea is actively trying to eradicate poverty. A country of beautiful views and peace. Rwanda is a fast-growing country that has maintained its 7% to 8% average annual growth during the past decade and ranks second easiest place to do business in Africa. New construction sites in its capital, Kigali, reflect this development. Rwanda is also the safest country in Africa. But beneath that is a deep, indelible pain. On April 7, 1994, an ethnic conflict and massacre broke out. It lasted for 100 days, and at least 800,000 people, or about 20% of Rwanda's total population, lost their lives. Every April, Rwandans gather to commemorate the genocide victims. This year marks the 22nd anniversary, and without exception, people have come in memory of the tragic event. And after 1994, a movement of national unity and new economic policies swept over Rwanda, rewriting its history. However, it still has a long way to go. Its GDP per capita is still about $700, and it depends on foreign support to fund its economic growth. Rwanda, the land of 1,000 hills, with an altitude of 1,500 to 1,800 meters, and slopes covering 93% of its land. It's no surprise to see rolling hills throughout the country. Musimba, a small rural village located an hour from Kigali. It's a peaceful little village. People are busy pickaxing on the outskirts. They are paving a waterway to start rice farming. Village residents farm by hand. Rice is their staple food, but lack of water and professional knowledge made rice farming difficult. But now, it's mainly what they do for a living. Agriculture in Rwanda accounts for 80% of employment and meets 90% of the national food needs. It also accounts for 30% of the GDP. Rice farmers. What did they farm before?
Usually in marshland, in our village, we planted various crops like beans, like peas, like cassavas, like corn before. Before rice farming implemented on this area, the lifestyle of villagers was low. It means it was so hard for them to get money. It was so hard for them to change their meals. It was so hard for them to let children go to school. and to get health insurance contribution. But after implementing the rice farming on the area, after harvesting, people, the farmer who joined the group, easily will get money. After getting that money, now they cannot change their meals.
The villagers even made a dam to collect rainwater and use it for farming. It's small, but very useful in rice farming.
Because it's very expensive, we have semi-rural volunteers. Because they support us in rice farming, we try to make water road only, and we tell to semi-rural volunteers to support for them. And he called the technician, we make a conversation with the technician, and technician give the price to semi-rural volunteers, and semi-rural volunteers pay the technician to build us the dam.
The village started rice farming because of Korea's Sema-ul-Undong. The movement was launched here in 2011 to develop self-reliance. The villagers adopted it and created rice paddies over 2 years. It's astonishing how abandoned wetlands could turn into such large fields. At first, 43 villagers borrowed about 2.3 hectares of land and harvested 4,000 kilograms of rice. Since then, the number of participants and production yield recorded exponential growth.
그전에는 이 마을 사람들은 이쪽 현재 농사 짓고 있는 지역은 뭐 잡풀만 무성한 마을 그대로 황무지였고 이곳 주민들은 새집 생활 또는 자기 주변에 있는 뭐 콩이나 이런 거 수집해가지고 겨우 먹고 사는데 급급한 실정이었는데 현재는 연 소득 약 한 400불 정도 되고 비농가 소득은 연 한 200불 정도 되고 있습니다.
For poor villages to become self-reliant, it's imperative that they increase their income. This is a pineapple farm operated by Musimba's cooperative union. Previously, the village couldn't launch large-scale farming despite having ideal conditions to grow pineapples. But now, it specializes in a sweeter and stronger variety and is farming professionally. It's been 4 years since the pineapple co-op formed, and Musimba's pineapples are now known as the most delicious type in the country. And of course, the farmers are very happy.
y'ubuhinzi bw'inanasi n'ubundi narahingaga nkahinga ibishyimbo nkahinga amasoya ariko simbone bishimishije nkahinga n'imyumbati ariko simbone hari ibintu bishimishijemo niyo mpamvu yatumye ngerageza gushakisha ngo mpindure igihingwa ndebe igihingwa cy'inanasi ko hari icyo cyangezaho nacyo nza kubona ubutaka bwanjye bugikunze akaba ariyo mpamvu nakomeje guhinga inanasi rero nyuma yo guhinga ibyo nabonye nta musaruro wari ufite.
Volunteers are heading to a nearby village. Children are the first to greet them. There's an active banana farmers cooperative here. This also used to be one of Rwanda's poorest villages, but things are different now.
20 for punch.
This village has always grown bananas, but it was barely enough for the residents to eat. But after they changed the variety, their yield doubled. Differences between the fruits are clearly visible. That's what they are planting right now. All they did was change the variety, but it led to the farm's profits. Behind this innovative agricultural project are Semaul volunteers, local residents, and Rwandan agronomists.
In this project, know the rate of fertilizer and the right time of fertilizer application and the right spacing. They know also other cultural practices like thinning and disease and pest management. They know all, but before they don't have knowledge about this.
Increased income naturally led to the establishment of a market. Rwanda does not offer enough job opportunities and relies heavily on agriculture. In other words, an agricultural breakthrough is crucial to enhancing people's quality of life. Besides farming, livestock business has boomed in the neighboring village, Gihogwe, as well. This family started raising pigs a while ago. Leaders often visit farms and examine the livestock's health and environment and provide whatever the farmers need. Semaul Undong even gave farmers a loan at a low 2% interest rate so that they could buy livestock. As a result, many households here raise pigs.
Ku bijyanye rero n'amahugurwa twahuguye abanyamuryango uburyo ki ingurube yororwa, tubasobanurira ingurube uko bayigaburira, tubasobanurira uko ingurube indwara z'ingurube n'uko bazirinda n'uko bazivura. Ibyo rero byatumye izo nguzanyo bari barahawe batutangira kubereka uburyo ki bagomba bazashobora no kuzishyura, ku buryo umushinga watangiriye naho bugeze ubu ngubu abanyamuryango bafite ubushobozi bwo kuba bakukemurira ikibazo, bagaburira amatungo yabo, mbese babona umusaruro uvuye ku ngurube kandi bakawubyaza umusaruro bakabasha ku.
Cooperation replaced conflict in this village. People get together every day to share their farming techniques. Their life pattern has completely changed. They communicate more and exchange ideas more. Volunteers from Korea are also always with the locals. They enhance what they can, one by one, and continuously look for other ways to improve. In fact, they've cultivated vast fields with just a pickaxe, and this has empowered them with a can-do spirit. Creating a better future can't happen without education. A kindergarten in Musimba. At first, the Semaul Globalization Foundation provided the facility and school supplies. But now, the kindergarten operates on tuition.
Umwana yarahindutse, yabashije kugera mu bandi bana agira gutinyuka, kandi noneho n'ibyo mwarimu ubumenyi amureza amuha, mbona ko bigenda neza, ariga agafata, abona ko umwana wanjye byamugiriye umumaro, kandi noneho byatumye atinyuka bituma.
These children will become the bright future of Rwanda. We visited a local women's workshop. They are busy making something with their skilled hands. The women make mats or clothes for their family or sale at the market. It is true that the Civil War deepened the conflict between ethnic groups and worsened the public sentiment. Women were especially more exposed to danger. But now, instead of hate, there's trust. Even women freely participate in social activities. People in this workshop are busy dyeing fabric. Everything is done by hand, and the end results will add to their income. This is their beautiful work of art.
Impinduka zajemo umugabo ibintu byose niwe nabibazaga ikintu cyose ari we kireba kubera ko nta handi nakuraga amafaranga twayakuraga mu byo duhinga ariko amaze kugera muri Semau nagiye muri koperative ndabanza niga gukora ibitenge ku buryo n'ubu ntabashije kuba muri koperative nakikorera nkakigurisha ariko muri koperative dukora imyenda tukagurisha tukabona amafaranga.
She's heading home. She works hard with her husband to make a living. Their life is much better than before. She works while her children are at preschool. This brief activity has brought economic freedom to her family. She feels accomplished and happy that she can do more for her children. In the other part of the village, people are busy baking. Their traditional bread made with harvested corn flour is very popular even in other villages. Women work together to bake and sell what they've made. Participating in such social activities that seemed off limits before taught these women about the power of community.
I think Kasha Ruralo, they will believe in better life because they know how they help each other and working together, and also their mindset changed a lot in order that they have power for doing many activities.
Land and water, residential areas and education facilities. Establishing these basic needs have raised the villagers' quality of life. And the most important facility, a health center, also opened. This health center plays an important role in preventing and treating endemic diseases such as malaria. In the past, there was nothing people could do to even recover from simple ailments. It's not uncommon for people from distant towns to come here.
duturuka ku karere ka Gacurabwenge. Ku karere ariko umurenge wa Gacurabwenge.
Ibitaro byaradushimishije cyane nawe urabyumva kuva hano bakoresha nk'ibihumbi 3 cyangwa 4 biteze none umuntu araza n'amaguru ukazana n'umwana ukamuvuza ugataha ni ibintu bishimishije cyane dushimira kandi abafatanyabikorwa bacu babikoze.
Barabyishimiye cyane pe kuko niyo urabona muri weekend ntago dukora samedi na dimanche ariko tuba twagiye dufite amazamu dupanzweho kuri centre de santé muri weekend ntago dukora hano kubera nyine nuko turi bake tugasimburana twaboneka ariko tuba twagiye kigeze ariko nubwo tudahari usanga kuwa mbere twakiriye abantu barembye.
It's been 4 years since this village adopted Semaul-undong, and there has been a great number of changes. The volunteers do not simply provide supplies. They examine the problems and cooperate with the locals to find a solution. The locals have learned that as a community, they each have a task to do to make their village better. Rwanda is blooming, and people are beginning to believe in the better tomorrow.
ishuri rimaze kwongeza ku bintu byinshi cyane nk'imibereho myiza, kwihangira umurimo, kumvikana n'abaturanyi n'abagenzi banjye.
앞으로는 우리가 지금 4년 차인데 다음 기수 5년 차에 끝나죠. 5년 차 끝나고 나면 이분들이 스스로 이제 독립해서 스스로 우리가 있을 때나 마찬가지로 해나가야 돼요. 그래서 그런 부분에 있어서는 저희가 지금까지 공무원들하고 연관관계를 잘 맺어주고 있어요. 이 다음 우리가 끝나고 나면 스스로도 이 마을 사람들이 공무원들하고 완전히 밀착되게 서로 연결이 되어서 함께 힘을 합쳐서 잘 해나갈 걸로 저는 보고 있습니다.
Korea's Semaul-undong began spreading across Asian countries such as Vietnam, China, and Indonesia starting in 2005. And after 2010, the movement expanded to include African countries. So far, Korea has built 42 model villages in 15 countries, including Ethiopia, Rwanda, Tanzania, India, and Philippines, and there will be more. Semaul-undong has emerged as a global model that not just supplies but develops self-reliance and helps end poverty